This is a live shot on the East Bank right now. Lester Holt getting ready to do an interview there with Tracy Berry and Laurel Porter. He's just wrapped up the East Coast version of NBC Nightly News, and then he'll do a West Coast version at 5:30. You know, he is presenting Nightly News from downtown as part of his trip across America that he's doing this week.
This is really cool. I like it when Lester gets out and does that. KGW's Pat Doris is live there now. And Pat, it takes a lot of people to pull off a live national broadcast here.
Well, it really does, and the stakes are high. 8 million people tune in to watch these guys every night, and there is no margin for error. Taking a national show on the road live is no small feat. At least 25 people travel with Lester Holt, some finding stories that he will report, others scout for locations, still others running the equipment, and some who make sure the equipment stays running. Alicia Hasty is an associate producer who is normally based in LA.
I can't even begin to number the amount of cases, cameras, cables, feet and feet of cables. It's a lot.
And it's exciting.
Lester Holt's coming out here? Well, that's pretty cool. I watch him all the time.
A lot of people enjoy watching nightly news, but never see all that takes place behind the scenes.
Oh, I think it's exciting, right? There's a shoot in town and everybody wants to see it.
Indeed they do. And for the hundreds of runners who pass by the temporary NBC studio on the East Bank Esplanade, all those people are hard to miss. It's a big production, full of professionals who make the difficult broadcast look easy on live TV. And that is no small feat. So Lester just finished his East Coast version. Now he's hanging out with our anchors, and then he'll do live West Coast at 5:30. Back to you guys.
All right, Pat Doris live for it. It's so cool when Lester gets out of the studio.
And he keeps long hours. He was in the
He
newsroom
really
this morning.
does,
He was on Sunrise at 6:30 this morning.
On the morning show.
Yeah.
Hard work. And while Lester's here in Portland, he's taking a closer look at some of the bigger issues that we're facing, including homelessness and the opioid crisis.
He also got a taste of our bike culture by taking a ride this weekend. Tracy Berry and Laurel Porter are down on the waterfront with Lester right now for more on how his visit to Portland is going.
Can we just take a moment and acknowledge that we're hanging out here with Lester
Holt? Lester Holt, there he was.
On his awesome nightly set.
No big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal. Welcome to Portland. Of course, you just wrapped up your East Coast version.
Yeah, that version runs in the Eastern and Central time zones. Yeah.
Right, but he'll be here again live at 5:30 here on the West Coast. We are right on the East Bank Esplanade on the east end of the Hawthorne Bridge, right next to the fire station. If you want to come by, that would be okay.
Welcome to come down. What a treat to have you here and the whole NBC Nightly News crew, really putting Portland in the spotlight, one of 5 cities in your Across America tour.
Well, do you realize your population is going to double because half the country just saw this weather and they're thinking, that looks like a really nice place to be, you know, which it is.
Don't let the word out.
Yeah, well, the word's out.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, you've only been here, you know, a cram-packed day and a half or so, but impressions?
Well, keeping in mind I've been here before, but
Of course.
it's always a positive impression.
He's a West Coast boy.
I'm a West Coast native. Yeah, my wife's from Seattle. I'm from Northern California, so we consider this home, this part of the country. But you know, the friendliness. I love the bikes. You know, I'm a bike person. I love the fact that people get around on bikes. I like the. What do you call them? Food shacks?
Well, the food carts.
Oh, the food carts.
I think that is just...
It's a way of life.
You know, and I was busy. I was writing today, and I grabbed lunch and room service, and I got in the car, and I saw those. I was like, I should have done that for lunch. So I'm looking at all these things. How do I cram this in the few hours I have left here?
Well, you said one of the things, you're a bike person.
Yeah.
I didn't know you commute to work on your bike in New York.
Yeah, not every day. I mean, the wintertime, it's subway, and when it's too hot and humid, I don't do it. But there is a narrow window, and we're entering that right now. I have one of those fold-up Brompton bikes. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so, you know, I look at it, it's like a clown bike, but it works. And I'll go to work, fold it up, take it to my office, and then ride home.
And that's
yeah,
one of the
a
stories
lot of people
you're
have
doing,
those
right?
and put them on mass transit here, right?
Yeah,
you ride part of the
yeah.
way and then you take the bus.
Yeah, it's very exhilarating. I mean, New York is not as bike friendly, I will say. You've got cabs and a lot more buses and that sort of thing, but it's a great way to get around. But I mean, look around you. When you live in a place like this, why would you not embrace the outdoors?
And you're doing a story on that coming up at 5:30.
Yeah, one of the stories when I landed in town yesterday, I came down here and rode with some women who are part of different bike groups here, just to get a flavor for the bike culture here. So we'll have a little piece you'll see on that tonight, which is kind of cute.
That does sound super fun. You know, we tend to think of you as a journalist, but around here, kind of of a rock star, Lester. How do you deal with that?
Well, you know, I have a. Wait, you mean a real rock star? Because I'm in a band. I'm in a rock and roll band.
I did not know.
Oh, you didn't know? Okay,
yeah.
so you said that. I'm like,
yeah,
well,
you were thinking, yeah,
no,
yeah.
I am in a rock and roll band made up.
So he is a rock star.
Yes, from my colleagues at Dateline. We call ourselves the Rough Cut, so there's that. But no, the people say hi in this race.
Celebrity.
I mean, think about it. We have jobs, and not a lot of people can say this. We have jobs where people will actually stop you and tell you you're doing a good job. Sometimes they tell you you're doing a bad job, but I mean, most of the time, it's really nice, and that's a pretty cool thing. You know, people don't go to the parking lot attendant traditionally and say, you know, you're doing a great job. So I think it's terrific. I like to hear from people, and part of the reason of we should, and part of the reason of getting out is to get out of the New York bubble and find out what makes people tick in different parts of the country. It makes us a better newscast if we can reflect, the country that we're broadcasting.
Well, you don't look old enough to be a grandpa, but you're a new grandpa.
Sweet. I am. I think we
and
both
I'm a new grandma,
we both have grandkids around the same age. Yeah, little Henry, my older son, who is also in television, and his wife gave birth last September. So it's a new role, and it's a terrific role.
Tracy and I have a gift for you. Now, you did a story. Harry Smith did about 3 years ago about the Portland carpet.
Oh, at the airport.
Airport carpet,
yes.
Which is kind of cult status,
It
right?
is, and of course we have a great airport. You can eat your way through our airport as
no,
well.
as I
so
noticed.
the carpet got changed a few years ago, and people were really upset about it. People take selfies with their feet on the airport carpet. So we thought you might like your own PDX airport socks.
I love it.
So from all of us at KGW, I hope you'll wear those.
I'm gonna wear these, and I'm gonna stretch my leg out when Harry Smith walks by. Because he'll recognize it right away.
If you like that, we can get you a couch, a bag, a T-shirt. We reuse everything.
Where they sell it all, really?
Yeah, all the carpet. That's right.
That's a great story.
Well, Lester, just a pleasure to have you here.
Well,
Thank
you guys
so
are
much.
terrific. We're
Thank you.
terrific hosts. Everyone has been terrific, and we love having folks at KGW, our partners. We're one big part of the nightly news family, and it's great to connect with you guys.
And thanks to all your crew here. You can't see them. There's a lot of crew here.
They're having
wonderful.
fun.
Thank you
they're
so
wonderful.
much.
Back to you guys. We're just going to hang out here.
And I'm going to go put on my socks.
There you go.
Enjoy.